Hi. Okay. Sorry if I'm, like, way further away, from the camera. My hair is greasy as shit because I haven't washed it in, like, 2 days because my grandparents, even though we have the money and we have the time, they still refuse to go out and get shampoo until grocery day. And in order to compensate, they're just filling up the fucking soap bottle with water for soapy water and making me use that, which clearly doesn't work because my hair looks fucking greasy. But that's not even the point of the video, okay? I was gonna record something completely different, but then something happened yesterday, and it's just like, it's no surprise at this point that I like to dress like a femboy. Everybody knows that. I've done it in my videos. I've posted plenty of pictures of it on Tumblr. But I can't just, like, have this shit out in my dresser or just, you know, even in my closet hanging or anything. I have to hide all of this shit in, like, very specific locations in my room. So I'm not just, you know, putting my skirt in a separate dresser drawer. I'm hiding it in a headphone box, because when my cousins came to visit, one of my cousins had a broken pair of headphones, so we bought him a replacement pair, and he let me keep the box so that I could hide the skirt in the box. The thigh highs I have hidden behind, in like, one of my, shelves on my bedstand. Why does this fucking thing keep turning on? I'm turning you off. Shut the fuck up. I have my thigh highs hidden, like, behind one of my stuffed animals in my bedstand. Specifically the owl stuffed animal, which I got just because my mom had a owl-related piece of jewelry that I liked, and it was the last thing I ever got from her. And now I just associate owls with her for some reason. I don't know. I'm pretty sure her favorite animal was dogs. Speaking of which, a lot of people were, like, really shocked by how good I am at barking like a real dog. And now everyone thinks I'm a furry. So anyways, for about months now, I've just had like, all my femboy stuff hidden everywhere. Until yesterday, when I woke up in the morning, and my fucking grandfather was immediately just, like, calling me. I think it was, like, 10 in the morning. Hey, Tyler, you said that you were gonna take a bike ride, like, a week ago if we got you pizza with me. So, yeah, now I just have to wake up immediately, like, rush to get dressed, all this other shit, and take a bike ride like I promised a week prior. But the problem is I also had hot chips the morning before, so I was on the toilet, and it felt like the depths of hell in my butthole. After shitting out the souls of the damned, I finally got dressed and, like, started bike riding 30 minutes later. And it went, like, fairly smoothly. We went, stopped at some garage sales, but, you know, sometimes garage sales are really good, and then sometimes garage sales are just like, why the fuck are you selling this? Nobody would ever want to buy this thing. Off topic, but it pisses me off how every single time I go to the video game section in Goodwill to see what used video games they have, it's always, like, sports games. And that's it, just sports games. It's never anything interesting. It was way more interesting before my grandparents let me play M-rated games, because they're just weirdly strict about, you know, age ratings in video games. And they always had really good shit. And then as soon as I turned 17, they never have anything at Goodwill. Why? Putting that aside, me and my grandfather, we just went on a nice little bike ride. Nothing much. And then I get home, just expecting to go about my day, you know, relax, because I just got pulled out of bed out of nowhere, and I've been waking up every morning feeling nauseous. A lot of people say it's because I'm pregnant, but I don't have a pregnancy test, so I can't test that. Then again, like I said, I spent like 30 minutes on the toilet that morning shitting out what felt like Satan himself, so maybe that was my baby. Maybe I just gave birth and flushed that fucker down the toilet. Anyways, like I said, I got home, and I look upstairs, and there's just clothes piled on the stairs, like, all over the place. And I see that my door is wide open, and I'm like, all of a sudden I panic, because I don't want them searching in my room. The femboy clothing, obviously, is one thing, but I have a lot of other shit in there I don't even know if I can talk about on YouTube because YouTube is really sensitive about, you know, mental health related things. So I run upstairs and I immediately ask, like, what the fuck are you doing? Because my grandmother was apparently cleaning my room, even though I already cleaned it before. Like, right after that video where I made a mess, I cleaned everything up, I organized everything, moved a bunch of shit to the basement, but I guess I just didn't do it her way, and now she's doing it. So she just, like, went through my shit, I looked over to where I would normally be hiding the thigh highs, and thankfully she didn't touch any of that. But what I did notice was that the box, the headphone box, where I hide my skirt in, was just missing. So I exit the room, and I see it out there in the hall, and she says to me, like, oh, you know, these boxes over here, we're just gonna throw those away since they have nothing in them. And I just gotta say, one of the most obnoxious parts that I hate about my grandmother is that she assumes everything. I've gotten in trouble countless times just simply because she assumed shit and didn't actually, you know, find any proof of anything. But this is the one time where her assuming shit probably just saved my life. Because if she had looked in that box to confirm that there's nothing in there, that could have ended horribly. So the box is just sitting there in the hallway with the skirt inside of it. I can see, like, through the crack, I can see the fabric of the skirt. And it's like, do I take the risk and grab the box, or do I just let her throw the skirt away? And then I decide to come up with, like, an elaborate lie. Actually, I want to keep those boxes, because they remind me of the cousin from before. Because here's the thing. You remember in the one video, or maybe you don't, I don't know, just people don't watch all of my videos, but in the one video where I clean my room, I talked about, like, how dumb things still hold emotional weight for me, and I'll be, like, fidgeting with just, like, a random piece of trash one day, and if that day ends up being something really important to me, I end up getting emotionally attached to the, like, piece of trash that I was fidgeting with, or, you know, shit along that line. So and my grandparents know about that, by the way. My grandparents are aware of how stupid I am about that shit. So thankfully, they were able to understand the lie. I took the box, and I go back in my room, close my door, I turn the lock even though the lock doesn't work, but I just needed any form of security after that, because that was stressful as fuck. And I just, like, shove that shit underneath my bed. And I sit down, and I'm just like, I'm like moving my head back, expecting it to, like, rest on the wall, and there's just no wall. I mean, there is a wall, but it's not. It's kind of insane how, if I just simply want to wear, like, an objectively more comfortable thing for my legs, I have to go through all of this stress and all of this working in order to hide this shit, just because I slipped out of the cunt with a fat flute between my legs. And what's funny is that skirts were originally made for men, but now I guess society's changed or something, blah blah blah, I don't know. I'm really out of touch, if I'm being honest. Look at my videos. Do my videos look like something that fit in this era of YouTube? I was also going to record this video, which was going to be something completely different. I have so many video ideas. Like, I promise, dude, I'm not gonna be out of video ideas for, like, a while. For, like, a month or two. I have a lot of good video ideas. And thanks to the help of my fans as well. They're doing pretty good. But anyways, I wanted to record this video with this one shirt on. Because I stole one of my uncle's, my rapist uncle's shirts. I flipped it upside down. Well, not upside down, but inside out. Cut off the neckline. And, like, I took some pictures with it. But then I also wanted to write, I like dick, I can say faggot on it. You know, because I made that one joke in the first episode of season 3. And I thought that would be funny. But my grandmother also took all of my clothes out of my closet and put them in the... It might be over here. Hold up, let me turn this so that I'm not just, like, doing a bunch of random bullshit off camera, because that's probably really annoying. Spin. I might be able to find the shirt. Is this it? No, that's pants. Is this it? Wow, that's a lot of static. I could do ASMR. Like, clothes static ASMR. Except the problem is that YouTube has been purging ASMR creators. But only ones that aren't even sexual. They're taking them down for sexual content, but meanwhile, like, I'm still listening to my Hypno Kink audios on YouTube, so, fuck you, YouTube, you failed. Is it not in here? I swear it's in here. I'm pulling all this shit out. This is where my cat shits. I'm, like, making these clothes dirty again. It's not in here, is it? Nope, it's not. Okay. Cool. Well, I just dragged all of my grandparents' clothes all over the dirty ground where Scarlet takes a shit. That's fun. So, yeah. I'm living a lie. I'm living 2 lives. I'm doing great. The floor smells like cat piss. Got this fidget ball I just found on the ground. Also smells like cat piss. Fun. Hello?
Do you hear strange sounds coming from your attic? Well, fear not, because it's just this dipfuck. Say hello to the newest released Tyler But Better merch. Why am I doing this accent? I'm sorry. Say hello to the newest Tyler But Better merch. Now available for $3 billion. These otherworldly specimens can do a multitude of things, such as making really convincing prank calls.
I am a cube, help. This isn't a prank.
Screaming slurs at your children.
Faggot.
This is my house, though!
And protecting your home from invaders. Now available for a limited time only. And by that I mean not at all, because it's literally just 2 images that I posted on Tumblr. So, this is now cemented in my legacy forever.
Yippee!